D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. People have the power. People have the power. Hey everyone, my name's Grace. Welcome to the piano tutorial for People Have the Power by Patti Smith. A very cool song and excited to teach it. So the song's in the key of D major. That means that it has an F sharp and a C sharp in the scale. So maybe have a run through that scale just so you get used to what notes you're playing within the song. So the song has three main sections. The first section includes the introduction, the verse, and the instrumental, so they share the same chord progression, which is great. And it's just the chords D and G, and each chord is going to be played for one bar. So D, that's the chord for D. The notes in that chord are D, F sharp, and A. So you could choose to play that with your right hand and then just play the D as a bass note if you wanted to play with two hands, or you could just be playing with one hand. That would sound good. And if the chords do get a bit much, you can also just follow playing the root note, which means you're just playing the D note, and you can make that sound a bit more full by playing the D in different areas of the keyboard. So it would sound like this. The G chord is next, and that has the notes G, B, and D. So D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. And it just repeats that. It's 40 bars actually, so the introduction is 8 bars, and then when the singer comes in, you're playing those two chords for 32 bars. The other thing I was going to say is, if you wanted to play the D in first position inversion, you could actually take, instead of playing it as the triad with D at the bottom, you sort of switch them around and you play the F sharp with your thumb instead, and then the A and the D, and it just makes that movement from the F sharp, to the G, from the D major chord to the G, a little bit smoother. So that's F sharp, A, D, and that's your first inversion. So that's the first section, and I'd probably you can just let it ring out, let the chord ring out. You might want to play it up on the piano as well, and that will help the chord to stand out so that the instruments aren't sort of muddied together. You might play in a different area than, say, the guitar, so you could play it up here instead. That's to your own discretion, what you think sounds good. So the next section is the pre-chorus, and it's got 8 bars for this section. It's starting on F sharp minor. That's your F sharp minor chord. The notes in that chord are F, A, C sharp. The second chord in that section is G. G, B, D are the notes in the G major chord. And that's quite easy to get to from the F sharp minor to the G. The third chord in that section is D major. Again, so D, F sharp, A. The fourth chord is E minor. E, G, B. And then we're essentially going to repeat that again, but we're going to change the fourth bar, the chord in the fourth bar. So F sharp minor again, G, D, and instead of the E minor, we're going to go to an A major. And the notes in that chord are A, C sharp, E. And again, you could just be following this just using the bass notes. Just using one finger to play the bass notes. So that's the pre-chorus ending on A major. And then we're going to go into the chorus, and that's got 8 bars, but it's 4 bars and then repeated exactly the same. So the chords are D major, and the notes in that chord, again, yep, we did that, D, F sharp, A, G, E minor, A major, and we'll repeat that. People have the power, people have the power. That's the chorus. Then we're going to go and repeat everything again, basically. So the instrumental break comes after that for 4 bars, but the instrumental progression is the same as that first section. So from D to G. So that's for 4 bars. Each chord is played for 1 bar throughout the whole song, which makes it really easy. And once you finish that instrumental break, you go back to it, you go to a verse, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, and then we're just going to repeat that chorus 5 times at the end. And so that's the whole song. You could do little stylistic things, but other than that, that's the sort of roots of that song. Thanks for watching. People have